But to keep everybody from asking you to vote on something that you may not have seen, but you did get it last month, but last month, it was the chair asked, there was something wrong and we didn't address it, so.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Thomason to adopt the rules that were passed out a couple of months ago. It still has some editing that needs to be done. And then we'll get that edited and back out. So if I could get a second for that. Second by Commissioner Giannakis. Any discussion?
Are those rules what we've been operating on prior to?
Yes.
And the ones that you had that was in your packet for the September meeting.
Right, yes.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Still looking for approval of the agenda. Commissioner McNair.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I would respectfully request that tonight we take up resolution 2237. It was what we discussed a couple weeks ago in the budget meeting, which time I said I'd bring it up tonight. It was a short Thanksgiving week. I was crossing all my T's and dotting my I's. I ready to put it in, and the packet already been closed. So I respectfully request that we add it to discussion this evening.
So we'll have a motion by Commissioner McNair to add a resolution 2237 to the agenda. Per our rules that will require a 2/3 vote for that to be included since it was not part of the packet. Is there a second on that motion? Second by Commissioner California. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Clay Chester.
Yes.
Danny Clark.
Yes.
Todd Collins. Wayne Thompson.
Yes.
Steve Janakis.
Yes.
Justin Jordan.
Yes.
Ron Mayberry.
Yes.
Wiley McNair.
Yes.
Carla Moore. Ricky Murray.
Yes.
Keith Nash.
Yes.
Devin Pickard.
Yes.
Matthew Barnhill.
Yes.
Paul Callicott.
Yes.
14 yes.
Does any commissioner wish to change his or her vote?
Raise your hand.
Not changing my vote.
Oh, okay.
14 yes.
14 yes. Resolution 2237 is included. It will be added under new business after resolution 2238. Commissioner Jordan.
One correction, the resolution 2236 is listed in the agenda as 3336, just in bookkeeping.
It-
In case he's looking for you.
It is resolution 22-38. Is the resolution for the rezoning.
Well, then you got it completely wrong.
It is 2238. Right. What you got sent in the packet was the wrong number. It's 2238.
Okay. The agenda calls for 36.
Without objection, I'm making that change to the agenda. So we have the agenda as changed, adding resolution 2237, revising the description of resolution 2238. Commissioner Thomason.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion by Commissioner Thomason to approve the agenda as amended. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Callicott. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We have an agenda for the night. Next item is adoption of the minutes for the Monday, October 24th meeting. Chair will entertain a motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Barnhill, second by Commissioner Chester. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? We have, are there any special recognitions, memorials, commendations? Are there any elections, appointments, confirmation? Any elections for tonight? Any appointments? Mr. Pickard.
This is based on the assumption that there's a possibility of some of our meetings being canceled next month, is what I understand. As that may happen, I'd like to make a motion that Eric Glassstead be reappointed to the BZA for the next term. I understand that his term ends December 31, and so if we were to miss the meeting next month, I want to go ahead and get that, make a motion for that.
I have a motion for Mr. Eric Blosted to be reappointed to the Board of Zoning Appeals. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Barnhill. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Are there any notaries tonight?
There are a bunch of notaries.
There are 11 notaries. Ms. Chrissy Dressler, Tyler Duggar, Frank Medlin, Tabitha Morgan, Christy Moss, Charlie Hewitt, Lauren Roberts, Melissa Sanderson, Savannah Shaw, Jennifer Talley, and Donna Wallace. Those 11 people are up for notaries. The chair would entertain a motion to approve those. Motion approved by Commissioner Mayberry, second by Danny, was it? Or Ricky? Motion was moved forward by Mayberry and second by Murray. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. We have the bonds for the constables to approve. We have to approve the bonds of the constables. Joe Shelby, Jerry Deal, Dwight England, William Lancaster, Timothy Black, and Eugene Harness. Chair would entertain a motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Chester, second by Commissioner Jordan. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Chair is unaware of any quarterly, annual, or special reports. Are there any other reports? Seeing none, communication from County Mayor. County Mayor.
Mr. Chairman, if I could, because my list is a little bit long here, could I get the trustee's office to go ahead and speak for me?
Absolutely. We have a requirement of a notification from the county trustee, Ms. Hellman. And do you want to speak to that, Lisa? I mean, or just, we just got to add it to the record, right?
Right, you need to come. Okay. So the main reason, I needed to put this in as a notification is, I have an investment opportunity and I have a form that needs to be filled out. It's a non-corporate resolution form. And it calls for, I have to sign that there was a quorum and a meeting scheduled, and I just wanted to, be transparent and let you all know what my plans were. I think it's a good opportunity, to make money for the county, and the rates are pretty good right now. It's a U.S. Treasury bond, so just wanted to put a notification for that.
Do we need to have a motion on this or anything?
Yeah, we really don't have to approve this. What we have to do is actually memorialize that we got that memo and put it in our minutes. So the chair would entertain a motion that information be memorialized and placed into our minutes. Motion by Commissioner Colacott, second by Commissioner Thompson. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Thank you so much.
Mayor.
Thank you. Commissioners, I hope you all had a great holiday, first of all. I will say that. I want to give kudos to Robert Atkinson's office. He did pass an audit. I'm very proud of him for that. There was an audit over the rules and regulations on 1 and 2 family dwellings, so congratulations to Robert. I've been in direct contact with the Hickman County Health Department. This is all in my mayor's report to you guys. I don't know, I'm just gonna run through it real quick. They have 2 different projects they're gonna be working on. One of them is to redo a medication room at $100,000. That is a match grant. So everything we pay for will be returned. The second item on there was an upgrade to their facility. I don't have any information on this so far. I know Miss Sarah Russell told me that it was either 250 or 350,000, so I went ahead and put the higher number in here, and it was a 25% match to the ARPA funds. This has been an ongoing thing, so we knew this was coming, but I just don't have all the contracts yet for it. There was a letter received to our county attorney from the Federal Aviation Administration. He forwarded it to me concerning the unwillingness of FAA to sell the property that contains, because it contains to be the critical communication part of flight navigation equipment. Letter goes on to read that it would be encroachment on property, it would block the signals and degrade the system operation, negatively impacting the safety of the national aerospace. That was a letter I received at my office. According to our last meeting concerning a septic tank in Pinewood, the attorney was asked to look over the affidavit signed by the property owner and see if there was anything in the contract to protect the county. In his opinion, the county is not protected by the language of this current affidavit. So I asked him to modify it, to correct the wording in it to make us protected on any affidavit that somebody comes to Robert's office and obtains. Any questions so far? Mr. Chairman, I'm going to request a short recess to approach a situation that's come to the attention of the county attorney and the county mayor.
So you're requesting we go into an executive session.
Yes, sir.
Without objection, we'll recess to one of the rear chambers.
What about you?
Fix my hair better. He put on a clean shirt. I think he got that help with the word.
Mayor, do you have anything else?
No, sir, Mr. Chair. I'm
Moving on. Committee reports, Planning Commission.
We just want to remind everybody the training is a week from Thursday. It starts at 5 and goes to 9.
But the Planning Commission is having its regular meeting
this Thursday. Yes,
Okay. And so you'll make that announcement to the whole.
I will.
Perfect. Anything else from Planning Commission? Solid Waste.
Mr. Chairman,
Oh, sorry.
those training sessions aren't limited just to members of the planning committee. I would ask to show up if you want to understand zoning, because you get to ask a man that knows probably more about it than most people in the state all the questions you want for a few hours. It's worth an evening out if you want to understand zoning. Thank you.
Solid Waste Committee.
Solid Waste Committee met, the notes are in your packet. If anyone has any questions, you can ask.
Any questions for Solid Waste? Health, Safety, and Property Committee. Any questions for Health, Safety, and Property? Finance Committee.
We did meet, the financial report is in the packet, and I would like to make a motion to approve that.
Motion to approve the financial report by Commissioner Jordan. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Chester. Any discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Lane Chester,
Yes.
Danny Clark,
Yes.
Todd Collins,
Yes.
Wayne Thomason.
Yes.
Steve Janakis.
Yes.
Dustin Jordan. Ron Mayberry.
Yes.
Wiley McNair.
Yes.
Carla Moore.
Yes.
Ricky Murray.
Yes.
Keith Nash.
Yes.
Devin Pickard.
Yes.
Matthew Barnhill.
Yes.
Paul Callicott.
Yes.
And 14 yes.
Does any commissioner wish to change his or her vote?
14 yes.
Any questions from Finance Committee? Budget, Finance, and Human Resources Committee.
Yes, we did meet, and there are several amendments that I'd like to aggregate for approval. If that is okay with you, Chairman. All right, amendment 23, I'll just read them straight through. 23, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 was postponed, 24, 25, 26, 27. All seeking final approval.
Have a motion by Commissioner Moore to approve those budget amendments. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Mayberry. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Lane Chester.
Yes.
Danny Clark.
Yes.
Todd Collins.
Yes.
Wayne Thomason.
Yes.
Steve Janakis.
Yes.
Dustin Jordan.
Yes.
Ron Mayberry. Wiley McNair.
Yes.
Carla Moore.
Yes.
Ricky Murray.
Yes.
Keith Nash.
Yes.
Devin Pickard.
Yes.
Matthew Barnhill.
Yes.
Paul Callicott.
Yes.
14 yes vote.
14 yes. Does any commissioner wish to change his or her vote?
14 yes.
14 yes. If those budget amendments are approved, Commissioner Moore. Commissioner Moore,
No, oh,
do you
no,
have
I
anything
did not,
else?
sorry, not.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any questions for budget, finance, and human resource? Health Foundation. Agriculture Extension Committee.
Did not meet.
And Steve, that is the new sign that says we're all getting it right. Public Records Committee. Economic and Community Development. Board of Zoning Appeals.
We had a meeting and the minutes are in the packet. I think we have any questions.
Anyone got any questions for Board of Zoning Appeals? Mr. McNair.
What was the final outcome of the petition by Pinewood Farms?
We had a discussion on it and they decided to withdraw their application at this time, so there was no action taken. And I'm not sure what they're doing. There was no action taken at the meeting though. They withdrew their application.
So that's where we stand now.
Yes, sir, as far as that's what I know.
Industrial Board. Are there any other committee or board reports? Chair entertain a motion, I'm sorry.
Mr. Chair, there's a ethics, updated in the packet. Is that something that needs to be addressed?
The ethics policy. I don't think that required any action tonight on the part of the committee. Did it, Mr. Mayor?
Don't believe so.
Chair to entertain a motion to approve the committee reports and add it to the packet. Motion by Commissioner Barnhill, second by Commissioner Chester. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. All opposed? Ayes have it. You have a December 2022 meeting schedule. I know the planning committee is going to be meeting this Thursday night. what is the will of the body in regards to the other meetings? We've done a variety of different things over the years. Mr. Commissioner
I would
Thompson.
request that we not meet in the month of December, just because we normally do not meet, other than the standing committees that is required to meet, such as the planning committee and the beer board or whatever, but
Is there any business beyond the planning commission that needs to be brought before solid waste, health and safety, finance, budget, or the health foundation? Commissioner Collins.
I have a question from the sheriff.
Sir.
We had asked for where are you on your computer equipment, is that something that can wait
I've
until
had a
January?
couple of in now, I'm still waiting on a couple of vendors to get back to me, so as soon as I can, I'll put it together.
So you're okay?
We're okay.
Then we will not have any meetings other than the planning commission in the month of December. Without objection,
I've got one.
Commissioner Hopkins.
The Agriculture Extension Committee is gonna meet on the 12th at noon.
So Ag Extension will meet at 12 at noon.
Yep.
And the place is Central Coworks.
Hold on a second.
Extension office.
How about we do the extension office?
Extension office, there we go. Anything else? Robert?
Mr. Chairman, the Board of Zoning Appeals will be meeting, and I don't know how that date got in there, but I believe it's the 12th. They have an application for,
Yeah.
I believe it's the 12th that they meet on.
Would you take a moment and look at that on your calendar real quick to make sure that's exactly what you want?
I think that's right.
The Board of Zoning Appeal will be meeting on the 12th
Yeah, that's
at
a Monday.
6:30 here in the Justice Center.
Yeah, they do have an application.
Okay. Anything else? We'll get that updated and get that out to everyone. Is there any unfinished business? Commissioner Pickering.
So being new to this process, I understood going into it that there would be some decisions made that would not be, would cause some folks to not be happy about the decisions we make in this body, and I understood that. After our the big meeting, I had several constituents from Commissioner Moore and our district, District 6, to approach me about the $300,000 that was left on the table from Resolution 2236. They gave a substantial amount of money to our district, which we were certainly happy about that. They wanted me to remind the 14 of us what we swore to when we were sworn in. I do solemnly swear that I will perform with fidelity the duties of the office to which I have been elected and which I am able to assume. I do solemnly swear to support the constitutions of Tennessee and the United States and to faithfully perform the duties of the office of County Commissioner representing the district that we represent. I was reminded by more than one that that is an assumed responsibility, not only ethically and morally with what decisions that we strive to make, but also that we have a fiduciary responsibility as well. I learned that night, in the midst of what seemed to be a bit of chaos, I learned about the $300,000 in the paper the next week. And what it has shown me is that, and I don't know how all the processes go, but in the heat of that moment, we probably would have been better served to have taken a 5-minute break, whatever, to make sure that those numbers were accurate. I was reminded that $300,000 is a lot of money and that a lot of things could have been done with that. And so I can only speak for Devin and apologize for my part of not maybe being more just not taking care of business the way that it should have been, in my opinion. And so, my encouragement is that we do that. That if there's ever a situation to where, I mean, this is a substantial amount of money, and to learn that maybe we should have taken a break, calm down a little bit, and to make sure that these numbers were accurate. Thank you.
Any other unfinished business? New business, you have resolution 2238, rezoning 10 acres of property located on Highway 100 in Lyles, Tennessee. The sponsors are Commissioner Nash and Commissioner Barnhill. Commissioner Barnhill, do you wish to speak to this?
It's just right down Highway 100, right across from the store. It meets the criteria, it's on, I don't know, 100, I think about it. Mark, I don't see, well, nobody here to oppose it.
Anyone else want to speak to resolution 2238? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Clay Chester.
Yes.
Danny Clark.
Yes.
Todd Collins.
Yes.
Wayne Thomas.
Yes.
Steve Janakis.
Yes.
Dusty Jordan.
Yes.
Ron Mayberry.
Yes.
Wiley McNair.
Yes.
Carla Moore.
Yes.
Ricky Murray.
Yes.
Keith Nash.
Yes.
Devin Pickard.
Yes.
Matthew Barnhill.
Yes.
Paul Calipari.
Yes.
We have 14 yes.
14 yes. Does any commissioner wish to change his or her vote?
14 yes.
Resolution 2238 is approved. Resolution 2237, sponsored by Commissioner McNair and Commissioner Calicut.
Yeah.
Commissioner McNair.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, as we discussed in the budget committee, we brought up the need that we know exists in the Ironton area for EMS services. I presented EMS director, run report showing how many were within 1 mile of the intersection of Pinewood Road and Highway 48. We all need to know that it's a long distance from Highway 7 up there in any direction. A lot of accidents on the interstate also that be supported by having an ambulance closer to that area. Also, be a great need and desire to have the facility built. Our sheriff's office could have a secure location there. I'm not sheriff's expert, but I know with a large community, only a couple minutes away in Hidden Valley, it'd be nice to, for the sheriff to have an office, secure location that we conduct business. Fire department would be located there, along with a kitchen and area for fundraisers and that type of thing. With the ARP funds, I've talked to Crystal, and she did inform me that we could use the funds for this. Also for the new ambulance would be funded under ARP. Also spoke with Mr. Littlegood on the cost of the crew associated with that. We put down 11 grand, give or take, but that's a budget process type thing. The ambulance, he's saying a 1.5 to 2 year process from the time we order it to the time you get it. So that's probably nothing we'd have to address for at least next year, maybe the following in the budget. But, also, one last thing is talking to Marty Tuberville, solid waste director. After we addressed that 6 acres out there, they're using about 1.5 acres of it, 2 acres, so there's about 4 or 4.5 acres left. To the upside of that recycle center that they use, they did, hey, I've got the numbers here. That is solid waste, they took out a loan for that, so they'd be requesting that we can reimburse about $34,000 for that property that they took out a loan to get. That would be just a transfer, with the budget, but he did bring that up, that is their property that they had to take a loan on, so. But I suggest that this is a great opportunity to fund this facility. To me, the basis and the catalyst for everything else is the facility. We get it funded. We know that next year, once it's built, EMS will position one of their current crews and ambulance out there. So we would have EMS service in Vinewood when this building is finished. We have chairs, facilities out there. In the meantime, we could be working on funding fire department and what we need to do for that. So I strongly recommend that people vote for this and that we, as you say, you build it and they'll come. So we really would like to get this facility funded. Thank you.
Commissioner Calicut.
He said it all.
Anyone else wants to speak to resolution 2237? Commissioner Clark.
there's a study, the mayor aware of the study, he was involved in ambulance service when it was done, and all that data pointed that there needs to be an ambulance that can be dispatched from that area because of the interstate, the population. There was a lot of reasons to do it. And we ended up, because we had a free building, we put one in Buxton. And that, I think Claude will agree, that helped the community. And we lost the building and it's no longer there. I've got no problem carrying the flag, beating the drum for an ambulance building. I have a real problem with the mixed use. We're in the ambulance business. Like it or not, we're in the ambulance business. It's one of our major jobs as commissioners. We're not in the firefighting business, and we're not in the community fundraising business. We've got a lot of issues with who owns what fire building and everything else. I'd like to point out, Pinewood does not have a fire department. By that fact, they fall under the purview of the rescue squad. So are we about to build a building for the rescue squad? But I think more important, if we're gonna build an ambulance building, it needs to be just an ambulance building. I wouldn't want there to be a fundraiser going on after I've crashed my motorcycle on one of those sharp curves out of 48 and Miss Sally's car is sitting in the way of the ambulance coming out and getting me. I don't think an ambulance building lends itself to be multi-purpose. It needs to be that purpose and the best it can be at that purpose. There's other reasons, the ambulance personnel live in that building during their shifts. I don't think that anybody would have a problem with the sheriff's deputies having access to a room, and that makes quite a bit of sense actually. But all the other uses on a multi-use building, I can't support it. How do I explain to, and I'm asking that there's some seriousness to this, Mr. Chairman. Even more so, how does Matthew explain to Bubba Yates? He's got a mortgage on his fire building, and we're gonna use ARPA money to build one in Pinewood, and they don't have a fire department. I don't wanna have to explain that to Chief Yates, or any of the other chiefs that have built their own buildings. I've gotta be a no, unless the sponsors wanna amend it to take the multiple use out, and let's build an ambulance center and let's build a good one. I'll be quiet.
Any other discussion on resolution 2237? Commissioner Collins?
I agree with Mr. Danny. We did talk about just the necessities of having everything to respond to that. That was overlooked, what Mr. Clark said about the guys that built their own building, got their own mortgage. That's gonna be a tough one. I do support everything else, but I don't support community center with it, and at this point, looking at it. I mean, we did tell you to get everything there for it. It's just, we're not taking, I'm not saying take it away. We just need to be careful what we're doing.
Any other discussion on resolution 2237? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Mr. Chairman,
Oh, sorry.
can I have about 3 minutes recess, maybe 5?
Without objection, we'll meet back here at 5 minutes to 7. For a 5-minute recess?
Yes.
Yes, something officer.
Yes, sir, I'd just like to make an amendment to the resolution that's on the floor. Remove the second paragraph, anti-fire services. And also the funding of fire equipment will be requested through grants and other services. That's in the third paragraph.
I have a motion by Commissioner Colacott to strike in second paragraph the words "and fire services." So there will be a period after sheriff, and to strike the last sentence of the third paragraph in its entirety. Is that correct?
I think it should say and sheriff. Yeah, you stick an and in there to keep the grammar Nazis happy.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Great, correct. Is there a second to the motion that Commissioner Calcott made? Second by Commissioner Clark. Any discussion on the motion to amend Resolution 2237? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? You have before you Resolution 2237 as amended. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, roll call vote.
Clay Chester.
Yes.
Danny Clark.
Yes.
Todd Collins.
Yes.
Wayne Thomas.
Yes.
Steve Janakis.
Yes.
Dustin Jordan.
Yes.
Ron Mayberry.
Yes.
Wiley McNair.
Yes.
Carla Moore.
Yes.
Ricky Murray.
Yes.
Keith Nash.
Yes.
Devin Vickers.
Yes.
Matthew Barhill.
Yes.
Paul Keller.
Yes.
We have 14 yes.
14 yes. Does any commissioner wish to change his or her vote?
14 yes. votes.
Resolution 2237 is adopted. Is there any other new business that needs to be brought before the County Commission? If not, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Motion by Commissioner Collins, second by Commissioner Thompson. Thank you very much.